Babylon's boasting again. All right. Remember when Trump came in office, he said he wanted this to be if there's going to be any cryptocurrency, he wanted it to be from America. You know, America first spirit.
Yep.
The hell with that, bro.
Right.
All right. And they're gonna isolate you and make you feel like you're crazy again, just like back during the CVD, when everybody was in 2020. You know, that was a test run. You got it, on.
Did you read that again, Bukashad? There's something that kind of stood out to me. Yes, sir. Yeah.
One more time. Why it matters. It is the first ever U.S. stablecoin legislation aiming to legitimize stablecoins for masses adoption while protecting consumers and the dollar's global position. The law was praised by policymakers.
By who?
By policymakers.
How many of the poor have decision-making power or policyholder authority? So this is for the rich, the corporations, the wealthy. You see how words have meaning? One more time, Bukashad, and just keep going through.
The law was praised by policymakers and crypto leaders as a catalyst for invention in digital payments.
See, so these are major corporate technical interests, corporate industry, to help expand their revenue, okay, and their net worth, their economic portfolios, policyholders, technocrats. Why you think they brought in the 4 lieutenant colonels and gave them a direct commission? It usually take about 20, 25 years to get that rank. But they gave them what's called a direct appointment, okay? Which are, they're technocrats. So they're scientists and subject matter experts in their field. Has nothing to do with the poor, average, common working man, the laborer. You got it. Finish up.
At the signing, President Trump said, "This hell of an act underscores America's ambition to become the crypto capital of the world."
The crypto capital of the world. So the daughter Babylon, America, is spearheading this effort. Okay, when you look up Basra, which is America, it breaks down, that word Basra breaks down into a confinement, like a sheepfold, where you would put sheep, followers. They're herding the cattle. So they look at us as cattle, goyim, in the mouth of the small hats. So they're herding the flock, the cattle, and they're going to cull the herd, those that refuse to get digitally tagged and stamped and tracked. Hey, Tawada Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for breaking this down into an agrarian concept. Where we can
Go ahead, finish.
where we can understand cattle, flock. See, the sheep of my pastor. You got it, Papa.
Ask Brock, explain to me the difference between a stable coin and a CBDC as if I'm a 5th grader.
Okay.
All right, so I was going to break it down to a simpler form. What you got, bro?
I was just going to say, I was going to bring out the word Basra in Hebrew, which in the Hebrew it's Batazarah, which means sheepfold. You know?
Sheepfold?
Sheepfold, yeah. Like the brother was going into what Basra means. It means sheepfold.
CBDC and Bitcoin?
Stable coin.
Okay.
Explain. The brother's going to ask AI or Grok, what's the difference between a stable coin and a CBDC? Because there is no difference, but they're going to make it seem like there is a difference because the majority of people, they're not going to want to accept the CBDC. But if they hear stable coin, which is already in play, they'll use that, you know?
Yep. Gotcha. Okay, just hit
Go ahead.
send.
Because, and it said, like as if I'm a 5th grader, to
Yep.
break it down to a simpler form.
You got it, King.
As it populates, you can just read it, you know? And because I was watching the elders out in Dallas, they were going into the Genius Act, or the Genesis Act, what Trump just passed. All right, and it has some of this wording in it, stablecoin, CBDC. So what's the difference? Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get the scriptures on it. All right. Go ahead to stay relevant, because we're prophets. Prophets prophesy the things to come.
That's right.
The future. Go ahead, bro.
This central digital, like a central bank digital currency, CBDC.
And you got it, brother. I just wanted him to get it for you. You got it.
Think of a CBDC like digital money made by your country's government. Kind of like if the U.S. Treasury made a super safe money app. It's like digital dollars on your phone that come straight from the U.S. government, not a bank. Made by the government, always safe, always worth $1 or money. The government can see and control where the money goes.
See, that's the key right there. It's all about control and monitoring and surveillance. Yet they're under the pretext of a free country. You got it, beloved.
Okay, now this is stable coin.
Yep.
Now a stable coin is kind of like digital money made by a company, not the government. It's still supposed to be worth dollars, and it is backed by real dollars in a bank. But instead of being made by the U.S. government, it is made by a business like PayPal or Circle.
That's a big problem right there. If this government's supposed to be for the people and by the people. So now we got corporate interests which operate in the form of lobbyists, lobbying groups that help to push policy for their corporate interests. Has nothing to do with who's in political office.
Yep.
Read that again, Bokashah.
There's more on it too.
This is a global takeover through the corporate leadership, the giants of the earth.
Exactly
You got
what's
it.
happening.
Say again.
So that's exactly what's happening.
Con, I'm gonna read it all the way through, and there's more to it too. Now, a stable coin is kind of like digital money made by a company, not the government. It is still supposed to be worth dollars, and it is backed by real dollars in a bank. But instead of being made by the U.S. government, it is made by a business like PayPal or Circle, made by private companies, stacked by dollars. The company runs it, but has to follow rules.
So what's scary about this is now that you can corner the market, you can monopolize the system. You got two major companies, BlackRock and Vanguard.
Yeah, those are, yep, those are them. Yep.
See, by the Illuminati that controls that.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan, you see, that's the worst type of system to fall under, ran by bankers, ran by an international global banking elite. Why you think the food is synthetic? Because it's tied to the medical corporations, medical interests. So we are all being played here. Why you think the Bible says they're going to rise up against this system? Because now they're starting to see they're being played. They're getting sicker, dying earlier, dropping dead from the juice they pushed a few years back, okay? With synthetic laboratory tested type devices they're using on the people. So people are dropping dead, they're getting sicker, and they're watching corporate interests, corporate giants corner the market. So this thing is going to come to a head, and all hell is going to break loose in these streets. The Lord don't bring judgment until he sends a messenger, okay? So the messengers are forewarning you of the major bloodshed to come. People are starting to get a poke in the shoulder. Hey, look, this is what's going on. A corporate takeover. You got it, beloved.
The Psalm 73, verses 8 and 9. Sir. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
See, their tongue walketh in the earth, so they're pushing policies that only suit their corporate needs. Okay? They're pushing policies that are subsets or provisions under the New World Order, is what they're doing here. Why you think China is being used as a model or a forerunner through a social credit score system? So if you speak out against the government on social media, then your credit scores drop. You go against the mainstream, your credit value drops. And they're tokenizing these credits, where you're going to lose tokens if you're speaking out against LGBT, white supremacy. You see, treat it like a child. Oh yeah, hey, that's scientific. It's called cognitive conditioning. Going back to high school, you're being a good boy to the mainstream government. Your tokenage increases. Your social credit score. You got something to quantify?
Yeah, you bought healthier food this week, so we're going to give you more tokens, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you're buying too many cheeseburgers. You know?
Uh-huh.
No more. When you go to try to do that, they're going to stop you. Which would be good for the majority of our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be catered to a lot of people, like a lot of people that are on welfare and stuff like that. They're gonna be the first ones to go looting and stuff.
Yep.
Because they're considered useless eaters. You know, the bottom of the barrel. That's how we look at them too. Shoot.
Hell yeah.
You know. Because the Lord is going to get rid of the majority of our people. He's going to destroy the majority of them. 144,000 and 1/3 are going to be delivered.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Art.
Then they're looking at your carbon footprint. How much carbon are you consuming? How much gasoline are you consuming?
Yeah.
All of these are going to affect your score.
Oh, which Trump, I can't remember. Let me look it up. He's trying to pass legislation to so you don't get tax ducats for getting solar, for going solar. You know, people put the solar on your roof. Yeah, and energy audits and stuff like that. He's trying to make it so you can get taxes back on it. They're full taxes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Zaquan, there's something else came on that. Something else came out on
I
that.
think it's just in, it might be just the state of Maryland. I don't know if it's going to be federal, but it's in no, because remember he's trying to take, that's what it is, DC. He's trying to make DC back how it was originally. You know, only government workers, soldiers, no civilians. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's that. But in doing that, he's trying to take solar. You know,
We'll make it chocolate again.
yeah, make it
That's
chocolate.
the case.
You know, while Zaquan is getting that, also your medical bills they couldn't come after your credit. Trump changed that now. So now, if you default on your medical bills, they can lower your credit score now.
Wow.
So really, they've been sneaking this thing, and they've been planning this. I'm thinking of training day. Denzel Washington. I've been planning this all week, son.
For water, y'all about shit, we worry about health, man.
That's right. So now you can no longer get that written off, so to speak, or reprieve.
Yeah.
Okay, forgiveness, debt forgiveness for medical bills.
Hey, the cruel Lord in Isaiah 10 and 1. That's why I kind of had those waiting. You know, whenever you want to
Grab
get
it.
those would be good.
Yeah.
You know,
I got it right here.
speak up, speak up.
Yeah, so Wednesday, I believe it was 2 a.m., Congress, they voted in to basically defund not just public broadcasting, but also all of like the areas with the rural, that have rural services that are funded by the government, all cut. I don't know if brothers have noticed, but the weather app ain't been accurate for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Like, one of my coworkers was telling me that.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
His he said his when he got a I don't know if it's a relative or another friend of his that lives kind of out in the boonies. Their weather service ain't accurate. They don't got funding for it no more.
Yep.
It already happened, just like that. It did it at 2 a.m. too.
That's part of the algorithm, the blockchain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your populace doesn't make a certain amount of money. You're not connected to the grid.
That's right.
You don't know. You don't get updates. Figure it out on your own. This is if you wanted to install rooftop solar panels or buy an electric vehicle in recent years, you've probably been able to get federal money for them in the form of tax credit. But those incentives are going away now that President Trump signed what he's called the One Big Beautiful Bill into law on July 4th.
Wow. Hey, we see how this thing is going to affect us. Hey, in the military, there's a term called
Trump.
yeah, there's a
He's going
term.
in, man. He's the cruel Lord.
Yeah.
Doing his thing. Which is Yahweh Shemi, clap it up for Yahweh Shemi Awashai. That's what it is. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, they're what they're doing is they're narrowing the options and they're channeling people into a one option under a totalitarian technocracy. You see, you're noticing that there's only one option, and that's to be plugged in or linked into the grid. Our ancestors came up under an agrarian system where we were self-reliant, self-efficient. So what they're doing is making us more reliant on big government, central government. Hey, central bank digital currency. Anybody? Isaiah 10 Bokasha? And preferably in the NLT, Isaiah 10 NLT. These unrighteous decrees under draconian law, harsh, cruel, unusual. Draconian goes back to ancient Athens. Draconian law, harsh, unusual, cruel. So we're under that dragon, this beast system, which is the image of Rome, but it's using technology and science as a dogma or religious propaganda and philosophy. You got a beloved
Brother
Isaiah?
had something.
I got Isaiah 10 NLT. What verse?
Oh, Isaiah 10, top to the top, please.
Verse 1? What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws? They deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people.
So when you go back to what the brother read, this suits and benefits policy holders.
Hey, Lord gonna kill these little monsters, man.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, put a curse on her. Go ahead.
Yep. What was she doing?
The whole family. The whole family. Yeah, how about now?
She did the gun fish.
Didn't we say the Lord's gonna get rid of the majority of 2/3? That's cool, brother. Didn't it say the Lord's gonna get rid of the majority of 2/3?
Yeah.
So He sent us an example to keep our anger and why we should be upset.
That's right.
Why we say these things, man. We don't pray for the damn 2/3, man. Right. May they die with Esau and his system.
Right.
The stuff that the brother's going into, man.
That's right.
Go
That's
hand
right.
join in hand, the wicked shall not be
Punished.
unpunished.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just the
right.
wicked 2/3.
Shall not be
And
done.
ignore her if she comes back, bro. Go ahead.
Con. For those of you that don't know, a little badass kid did their pistol finger towards us. Okay, dressed like a little whore too, alongside her mother. All right, Bob Kashad, can you read that again? Hey, these are men up here. So a lot of you, when you tune into the videos for the first time, you expecting us to speak like a Baptist preacher or a shaved head, bald face university professor. But we don't get down like that. You got it, beloved. Please read that again.
What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws? They deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people.
So what you have are those that control the purse strings, making, defining, and legislating law, unrighteous decrees, to suit business interests, international bankers. They can care less about the poor and needy. So to hell with these international bankers.
Right.
And when the Lord raised up his men, you got dismay and terror is going to be chasing you. You got it, beloved.
Get the cruel Lord one.
Isaiah 19:2.
This is Isaiah 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them.
Yeah, you hear that? He's going to give them over, just like how the beast is going to try and cause them all to take his mark. It doesn't matter who you are. The Lord's pushing you in that direction. Esau, Edom, and our people and the rest of the nations. Remember, they all came together and made a pact to do so.
Right.
They met up in Chicago, Illinois, way before we was all born.
Yep.
Had it all planned out to come to a cashless society, and it was going to be cruel.
Yeah.
The tax credit, bro.
Yeah.
You could get money to put solar on your place. Now Trump is restricting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, too, at the same time, while, see, Esau, he's good. He's good at what he does, and that's fine. You know, it's supposed to be. But at the same time, as he's coming across all these different laws that he's pushing forth, and we can point it out and be like, damn, that sucks, he's crazy, he's evil. At the same time, he's putting certain laws and doing things in place to desensitize you to certain of these things. As an example, because remember, you got to keep in mind the end-all be-all. The Lord told us in Revelation 13 what the end-all be-all is to everything that this man is doing. So the things that we're mentioning is just to lead up until Revelation 13. He wants to put a chip inside everybody. So he has to pass certain laws to get to that place, but then at the same time, he makes it so that, look, it's okay that we're going there. Nothing is wrong with it. As an example, I mentioned the robots on purpose because down in Texas last week, in different areas too, they have these robots just running around by themselves. Not even running, they're just walking. Like how you see people walking down the street, they just got robots doing the same thing about them. Maybe yay high, some like 4 feet, I don't know. But they're just walking. Some got cowboy hats, and they stop and they shake people's hands and they talk to them. And they had different languages, not languages, but different kind of speech. Like some were talking to Jake's, like Jake's. They had Jake's slang and terminology. Yo, what's good, blah, 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 things like that. But they're doing certain things to also desensitize you to technology, to AI, to the blockchain, so that they can lead up to that microchip, because that's the end all be all. We're not just bringing it out to be like, oh, look what he's doing. We're bringing it out to say, look, Revelation 13 is coming. That's why these things are important.
Yeah. And we still in that conversation that we had? Okay, good.
There's
I'm
a term.
I'm going to send you the same one, but it's a continue one.
Okay.
But you can pick up there, and so I'm going to send it to you.
Okay. Water. Fine. There's a term the brother going into. Read that book, Kasha.
Normalcy bias.
Say what?
Normalcy bias.
Come on.
Is when people ignore or downplay danger because they believe that things will always stay the same.
See, ignore or downplay danger. So you're seeing these robots walk around shaking hands They can be armed with rapid machine gun fire, poisonous gas, and they can paint you. When military use the term paint, it means to put a laser target on you so you can be targeted from aerial platforms and assets and destroyed. You got to finish it out, Book Shop.
It says, it has never happened before, so it won't happen now. It's simple term like for a 5th grader. It's like when a kid sees smoke in the school hallway, but thinks that's probably happening. It's like that's probably nothing. School is always safe and doesn't leave or tell a teacher. They ignore the danger because they're used to everything being okay.
See that? You attack a man when his guard is down, when he's comfortable, when he put his dukes down. You got to study The Art of War by Sun Tzu. How to launch or wage war without your opponent knowing that he's being attacked. The Art of War. You got something?
I'm looking for something. Just pull that up. I'm gonna find this in Job.
What's that?
Yeah. Because Job. Let me get Job. Job speaks about the wicked. All right, how they planned all this stuff years in advance. All right. Also get Micah chapter 2 verse 1. This isn't something that we're now just bringing up. This has been on the books again before we were born. All right. They wanted to make a cashless society. It's whether you like it or not. All right. And you don't have no vote, you don't have no say. All right, the same way they're bringing quote-unquote democracy to the Middle East is the same way it's being brought here. Total destruction, totalitarianism, and socialist, you know, and on those levels. People don't want that. That's going to cause rebellions and nations against nations or race riots that Yahushua told us about. Go ahead, let me read this in Job. This is Job chapter 24, verse 16. It says, I started, the whole chapter is about the wicked. Let me read the preface of Job 24. It says, wickedness goeth often unpunished. There is a secret judgment for the wicked. All right? That's an excellent description of America, is its installment and what's going to happen because of what happened to this place, to our people. All right, the originals, people of the scriptures, the tribes, all right, of Israel. What's going to happen to the lost tribes that Yahushua told his men to go out and gather? You know, when are they going to be delivered? When is he going to come back? Well, destruction has to come first. All right, and he's going to destroy the wicked, like it says all over the scriptures. That's what Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ, is going to do. Now, this is in Job or Awayab, which means persecuted, 24 and 16. It says, in the dark they dig through houses which they have marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not of the light. Let's get that in the, hey brother, get that in the NLT. Can you get that?
Job 24 and 16.
24 and 16. I'm going to read it again. In the dark they dig through houses which they have marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light. Meaning he's always sneaky. He's always working. All right? When you're going out for your jog, he's sneaking in. You know? When you're going on, when you park your car and you go into your building at work, he's sneaking in. Just examples. You know? Or you go to sleep and he's spraying chemtrails at night over your crib. You can't do nothing about it. So go ahead.
NLT?
Yeah, NLT 24 and 16.
This is Job chapter 24, verse 16 in NLT.
Where we left off.
Thieves break into houses at night and sleep in the daytime. They are not acquitted with the light.
Again.
Job 24, verse 16 in the NLT. Thieves break into houses at night.
That's Esau Edom. Thief cometh not but to what? Steal, kill, and destroy. If you get in a thief's way out, his way out, while he's trying to take something, he's going to take your life. That's what Esau Edom's going to do. Oh, you trying to get in the way of me taking resources? I'm going to take you out. Yeah. People are resources to Esau. Land. He understands what real money is. Yep. That's why he's creating this fake money that all these people you're going to be forced to accept. That's right. He's already planned it. Yep. He's already broken into your mind spiritually and physically. You got neural links out. Yep. Now they're trying to, like the brother was saying, they got certain technology they're working on so it can be infrared. You got people moving limbs and everything. Yeah. You know, control computers. People want this. They love it. Esau's going to juice the whole public up to it, catch them up to speed, whether they like it or not. Just like Operation Warp Speed.
Yep.
All right. Operation Warp Speed is going to happen again, but with your money. Your banks are already in league with the Genesis Act or the Genius Act.
Yep.
You don't have a choice. We keep saying it every week. And you're going to keep seeing it. It's exciting because we've been talking about it for, well, our elders and apostles that we learned from, they've been speaking about it since the 80s and the 90s. You know, when the technology started ramping up. The scriptures evolved because the technology wasn't in place yet. We were still like John trying to figure it out. What is the mark of the beast? Because it ain't Christianity. You know what I'm saying? It ain't an embargo. There's none of these things. And hey, Grok knows it. Because Esau's going to try and paint it like the stable coin is different than a CBDC.
Right.
It's not. Real quick, Micah 2:1, and I'll pass it back to the brother.
Micah 2 verse 1, woe to them that devise iniquity.
Oh, you got it from here, brother. Actually, you got it.
And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
See? So they're working evil around the clock on their beds while you're asleep at night. They've studied the art of war, Sun Tzu. Hey, you got to remember, the wicked global elite is a little less than 1% of the global population. So they can't come against the people head on, a direct frontal attack. They got to do backdoor stuff through your food and medicine, through your money, crippling the economy, devaluing the dollar, and setting up a cryptocurrency and a digital coin. Hey, Boom-Kashad, read Grok's conversation. Boom-Kashad.
Grok conversation. Okay, imagine you have two kinds of digital money, a CBDC and a stable coin. They are like coins you can use on the internet, but they're different in who makes them and how they work.
See? So the brother read in Micah 2, they work evil upon their beds. So one of the main ways to establish control over a people is through its currency. Control of its currency, its food, its water, its resources. Come on.
Con, let's break it down super simply. CBDC, central bank digital currency. Think of this like digital dollar bills made by the government's bank, like the people who print real money. It's super official because the government controls it, so it is as trustworthy as the cash in your piggy bank.
Yep. So if you got what you're showing there, it's really not trustworthy once you understand it.
Right.
So that what they're trying to do is make transactions smoother and quicker because you're going directly into the central banks, directly through the central bank digital currency.
Yeah, they're making it seem like it's free, it'll be safe, or all in the disguise of them controlling your assets. You know? Knowing everything about you. You know? No more being conservative. You know how some people are conservative. You know, introverts. Ain't gonna be none of that.
Yep.
Esau wants to know you in and out and control you.
What's the name of that movie? Or They Live? How many saw that movie, They Live?
I think I remember that movie.
Remember when they put the glasses on? So it forces you to spend because you stay in debt and subservient to the bankers, to the elite, to the corporate giants. You see how they operate? So you got to go and watch that movie if you get a chance, and those listening in. Once they put on the glasses, spend, buy, okay? Unbelievable. So it keeps you as a borrower, as a servant to the lenders, the corporate giants. This man is crafty, but he uses the old playbook.
Yeah, you see it in that old movie, 1984. I watched it not too recently. He put them glasses on, everybody looked all crazy. You know, and then when he looked up on the billboards, you know, it said buy, sell, lust, and all this other stuff.
That movie
It's in black and white.
Actually, they got it in color.
They got it in color now. Okay. I watched the old black and white one.
That movie heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, remember you saw the skeleton face in that
That's
movie?
what I'm talking about, yeah.
They represent the Edomites, the wicked.
Yeah.
So they know, but they're trying to hide it from the masses, the mainstream. Mass means death.
They had that private meeting.
You got it, King.
Continuing on. For example, if the US made a digital dollar, it would be a CBDC and it's worth exactly dollars, just like a paper dollar.
Con.
The government decides how it's used, like making sure it's safe and follows rules.
The dollar is supposed to serve as a unit of measurement, like 1 pound, but it's not backed up by anything. So it's a facade. What's that skinny boxer? He looks like Timon from Lion King, that boxer Mayweather. He's flashing all these $100 bills. That's worthless. Yeah, our people are just deceived. He's got all these $100 bills in the on the TV. I made it. Once this system collapsed, that's fuel for the fire. Firewood, okay?
Save it up.
Right. I made it. This man is really, you ever dealt with a magician to sleight of hand? You think you're seeing one thing, but they're doing something with the other hand. That's what they're doing to the masses. You got it, beloved.
Yeah, because the masses are focused on Epstein in the list right now.
Yep. Beautiful.
You know, they were just finished focusing on Diddy. Beautiful. You know, and other things. Nobody's focused on the different acts and legislations being passed.
That's right.
Especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You don't give a damn.
Yep.
When you turn on the news, all you see is death, 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 and that's how Esau keeps it, because he controls the media.
That's right.
Which media goes back to old Greek goddess Medea, which is the goddess of illusion. That's why Tyler Perry chose that name Medea. That was he didn't think of that shit. They said you're gonna name that demon Medea and you're gonna dress up like a woman.
Yep.
He said gladly. And then they pulled his card.
Uzakwan, that goes back to John on the island of Patmos. Why marvel at this woman? When he saw an actual woman, but it represents America?
Yep.
That illusion, the goddess of illusion
That's
is
all
going
it
to.
is. It's Medea. That's all it is, bro. And that's what Esau's doing with stablecoin and CBDC, which is the same thing. We're gonna find out. Just keep on reading some of that, bro.
Okay,
the Elder Ariel is bringing us out. He's making good points. Brothers should check out Remnant Save 144 later on. You know, and because lessons can be built off of it. Because it's all relevant and popping. It's all gonna start happening. You know, we're gonna start seeing it in different areas.
Yep.
Just like you started seeing different Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ATMs pop up in the cities. It's in secret. It's in a gas station. You're not even paying attention to that. You know? But it's there. That's Esau. Gradualism.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a stable coin. This is like digital money made by a company, not the government. It's like a toy company making their own pretend money for their games. It's called stable because it is tied to something real, like a dollar, so it doesn't change value a lot. For example, stablecoin might always be worth dollars, but since a company, not the government, makes it, you have to trust that company to keep their promise that it's worth dollars.
You know what's scary about that? If the company's profits are dropping, they can manipulate the market, you see, or they'll create a catastrophe in the market so they can raise prices. So this is ultimate total control. Hey, the Federal Reserve is already stealing from us, which is a private enterprise. See, that's a criminal organization, the Federal Reserve. Now they're codifying it more here. This is unbelievable. You got it, King.
Okay, it says right here, examples are coins like USDC or Tether, which you might use to buy stuff online or on some apps. Big difference. A CBDC is like money from your parents. It's super official and safe because it's from the government. A staple coin is like money from a toy store.
Did you just say it's safe because it's from the government? These people are crazy.
See that? Because it's from the government. Remember, a lot of people are walking around like fifth graders.
Yeah.
They just believe whatever the teacher tells them. The teacher's Esau in this case, in his technocracy. Robots, you know?
Yep.
Go ahead.
A staple coin is like money from a toy store. It's still useful, but you have to trust the store company to make it work right. Both are digital, but one's from the government, CBDC, and the other's from a company, stablecoin.
Keep going.
It says if the government is making
It's a follow-up question. Yeah.
if the government is making a stablecoin, would that make it like a CBDC? Great question. If the government is making a stablecoin, it would be actually a CBDC, not a staple coin.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
See how God just told on itself? Did you catch that?
Read it
It's the
again,
same
bro.
thing.
Con, great question. If the government is making a stable coin, it would actually be CBDC, not a stable coin. Let me explain it simply like you're a fifth grader. A stable coin is digital money made by a company, not the government, that tries to keep its value steady, like always being worth dollars. It's like a toy store creating its own play money that you trust because they say it's worth something. A CBDC is digital money made by the government's bank, like the people who print real money. It's super official.
Did we read this already?
They're just giving a re-summary.
Oh,
again.
re-summary, okay.
All it is basically, they're both digital currency. That's
Right.
all it is.
Yeah.
But one is just coming from the government, one's coming from a private entity. That's all it is. Like Zaquan said, it's the same shit.
There's another follow-up.
That's all it is. But we know where it's leading to. That's the whole point.
Keep going. The mic will show you all on that.
Okay, continuing on.
Because AI does that. It'll say, it'll reference what you said before. So you said this, so let's get into this. Go ahead.
Like getting money straight from your parents instead of a toy store. If the government, so like let me finish that part up. Not government, so a government's made coin is actually a CBDC. It's like the government's own dollar, digital dollar. So like, all right, continue on. Oracles control stable coins, right? Not quite. Let's break it down super simply, like you're a fifth grader.
Yeah, it said oracles. Let's read that again.
Oracles control stablecoin, right? Not quite. Let's break it down super simply like you're a fifth grader. Oracles don't control stablecoins, but they can help them work. Here's the deal. A stablecoin is digital money made by a company designed to say worth something steady, like dollars, for example, USDC or tender. An oracle is like an helper that gives information to the stablecoin system. It is like a weather app telling you if it's raining outside. It just provides facts like the price of a dollar or other data.
It's AI. It's a robot. So a robot is controlling everything.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Some stablecoins use oracles to check things like the value of a dollar or other stuff to make sure the stablecoin stays stable, like always worth dollars. For the oracle doesn't control the stablecoin, it's just passing along info. The company that makes the stablecoin, like Circle or USDC, is the one really in charge. They decide how it works and make sure it is backed by real money or assets.
And let me ask a question. How many, when you go to a certain company, they have a point system, like the coffee shop, meat company, certain restaurants? Yes, so the more you spend, the more points you have. So you think you're getting ahead, but no, you're in a spending mode. So you stay indebted to the system. So your points go up. So theoretically, you're getting a discount, but no, you're in a constant vicious cycle of spending. Goes back to the reason the Spirit had us talk about the movie They Live, 1984. If this man is not a magician, I don't know who is. Hey, you're saving money, come out and shop with us today. That's crazy to think you're saving money with that mindset. You got it, King.
Continuing on. So oracles are like messengers giving updates, but they do not control stable coins. The company that makes stable coins does. Okay, but you can program certain rules within the oracle to operate tasks on the chain. Question mark. You're getting into something cool. So like you're getting into some cool tech stuff. Let me explain it super simply like you're a fifth grader, but still cover the idea of programming rules and oracles for blockchain tasks. An oracle is like a robot librarian who grabs real world info like prices or weather and shares it with the blockchain, the digital ledger, so like the digital ledger where things like stable coins live.
Right, now you said that place is not getting weather anymore, right? Well, that's because the robot librarian didn't send it to them. They just said it's like a robot librarian.
Yep. Con.
Now this is on the money side of the game. You know, go ahead, bro.
Con, continuing on. You can program rules into an oracle to help it do tasks automatically on the blockchain, but it is not controlling the stable coin itself. Here's how it works. What oracles do, oracles connect the blockchain to the outside world. For example, if a stable coin needs to know the price of $1 to stay stable, or the oracle fetches that info and tells the blockchain. Programming rules. You can give an oracle instructions like a recipe to do specific things when certain conditions are met. For example, you can program it to say, if the price of $1 changes, tell the stablecoin system to adjust something. These instructions are often part of smart contracts, like tiny computer programs on the blockchain. Task on the chain. The oracle itself doesn't do the task. It just provides the info. The smart contract uses that info to trigger actions, like moving money, updating a stable coin's value, or even sending a message. For example, if the oracle says the dollar is worth $1, the smart contract might use that to keep the stable coin's value steady. Who's in charge? The company behind the stable coin or the blockchain system sets up these rules and decides how the oracle's info is used. The oracle is just a helper delivering the facts, not the boss making the decisions.
But this programming goes into it.
Yep.
Rock ain't trying to tell us.
Right. What's scary about this, you remember these catastrophes we've had, Hurricane Katrina? People paying like $25 for a bottle of water. So you can easily manipulate it. Hey, don't forget the HARP system. So you can manipulate the market through catastrophes, okay? Through what they call acts of God, even with your insurance claims. So you can constantly manipulate it, although it's telling you that it remains stable, but it does not. Because there's certain external factors that's going to affect the purchase power. It goes back to supply and demand. I hate reading documents like this because there's a lot of word salad. But everything is based on supply and demand.
Yeah, we can pretty much stop there, get precepts, or keep going. It's up to you.
That's one more paragraph you end.
Okay. One more.
It's the last one.
Finish it up.
All right, finish that. That's the last one. So you can program rules to make oracles help with tasks on the blockchain, like keeping a stable coin's value steady or triggering other actions. But the oracle is just the messenger. It's the smart contract and the company behind the stable coin that really run the show. So like that really runs the show. Does that make sense? Want me to dive in deeper into anything?
Yeah, you know what it is? All it is it's like the scriptures say. He wishes or he hopes or he thinks that his house shall endure forever. Something like that in Psalm, right?
Yep.
Psalms 49:11. Yeah. That's all that is right there. See, Esau's trying to ensure that he has an economy that thrives and never crashes.
Yep.
Because just like how God said, look, the real money, the real currency, that's gold, silver, things like that.
Right.
Well, gold and silver, it has what's called intrinsic value. So now Esau comes out with a stable coin, and he has, what was it called, an arc or oracle? He has an oracle that can input data inside of it and say, look, we need to change the intrinsic value of this stable coin in order to keep our economy stable. That's all it is right there. He's trying to make sure there's no more financial collapses, there's no more unsteady economies. He wants to make sure that America, his kingdom, is always thriving. That's the whole point. And watch, one day that's going to be in the form of a chip.
Yeah.
That's what that's going to be. All this blockchain technology, stable coins, it's all to get to that point right there. But Esau wants to make sure when he gets there, there's no more problems. Look, there was a problem, and now we're bringing you this. This is the solution, right? I know you got
That's beautiful. And the scary thing is, if your currency is not backed by gold and silver, really your default backup is to rely more on the government.
Yep.
So you're at their sole disposal because you don't have gold and silver. They've taken that up and said trust on big government and corporate interests. That is a scary situation to be in. Are you crazy? You got it, beloved.
Con, it's the book of Psalms 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
See, that their houses shall continue forever. The tabernacles of Edom. Okay, anytime you hear big government, you know there's a problem there. When you can't be self-sustaining, you can't grow your own food. But come the big government, and we're going to create GMOs, genetically modified organics. We're going to create laboratory-tested seeds. We're going to create your medicine. We're going to create your health and wellness on our standards. See? So they're taking away self-reliance and self-dependency and making you more dependent on the government entities and corporate interests. This is scary. That microchip is going to marry you to this man's system, that you trust in it, and not the God of the Bible.
Yeah, but you see a regular individual, even if they do come across info like this, because it's out there, TikTok, X, things like that, they read it and they just skim past it. Like, oh, okay, it's entertaining, that's what this man wants to do, I hate the government, you know, shit like that. They're not tying it to the scriptures. They're not tying it to the wicked that the Bible calls, the people that the Bible calls the wicked. And that's what the prophets are here to do. See, you got to have the spirit on you to be able to connect the dots, to put the puzzle pieces together. But the world can't do that. Right. See, now we're saying it and we're giving a warning. That's what we're doing. Look, this may seem good, but it's all about deception. It's all about control. Therefore, the Bible says not to take it. You see, you follow this man's laws until you can't do so anymore. That's the end all be all. When that chip is made mandatory, at that point, when the chip is made mandatory, you gotta put your foot in the ground. Like, no, I'm not fucking taking it. I'm not doing it, no matter what, and you just gotta trust in the Lord. At that point, as of right now, you know, you got yourself some Bitcoin, you know, fuck it, whatever, good for you. You know, you dabble around in cryptocurrencies, things like that. Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong. By all means, do it. Get your pockets up a little bit. But just remember, one day you're going to have to disassociate yourself from these things. You got to detach from technology.
Yeah, because you're going to have to make a decision. Because Esau, he's going to need, in order to enter and exit the market, he's going to need all your information. Some people don't want to do that, you know? In order to enter and exit the market with what's coming, he's going to need all your information. And he's going to try and tie all that to a microchip and put it inside of you. So say you go on the internet and you want to go trade, you got to have the proper credentials, or the blockchain is going to say no. You're not sending any cash flow to this IP address or however it's tied to you digitally. Because remember, Elon Musk, he's not going to stop making satellites. And he's in charge of what? The government efficiencies. The government's what they said the government prints the money, right? Makes the digital money as a CBDC. But it's the same thing as a stable coin. So the government's going to control whether you can trade with China, whether you can trade with New Zealand, you know, whether you can purchase something from Australia. They're gonna, and there's already tariffs, so it's already hard enough, you know, for businesses. I'm talking about for people that have businesses. You know, because each one of us are a business to Esau. That's why your name's in all caps. But people that have businesses, it's difficult. You saw it on Etsy and Alibaba and Temu when everything started happening. It's been eased somewhat, but it's still fucking there. You know, just like when they mandated with COVID, businesses were going under. The people were saying you got to write appeals to the companies you're paying bills to, and they'll understand because the government told them to. See how the government. Robots are still involved. Hey, the shades. You got to put the 1984 glasses on. What we're doing for us, for what's coming, what we're doing right now. That's the solution. Because we can't. What else are you going to depend on? The Lord's talking about sending apparitions after people. On top of all this, you know what I'm saying? It's just compounding evil is about to come. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing to do is to get your mind right. Yeah, and do your best physically. Well, that's what we're doing. And we're under the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Not hard to pass by.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, we don't charge for it. We don't want your money.
Exactly.
You know, because we're willing to die for what we speak on. You know, a lot of our people that do this.
Y'all got business cards?
No, the business card is right here. We holding it, brother. The business card is the same answer as the solution. This is it. And that's the difference between us and these other Israelite groups you see. They want to charge you for breakdowns and Hebrew names and prayers, you know what I'm saying? They come out, they got to get a permit. We don't come, this is our permit as well. Oh, well, then that means somebody's here Friday and Sunday. We only here Saturday. I know Sakar used to be up there, but they fleeted. Oh, Alizé says Sakar is going to continue on. And do what? Get made fun of everywhere they go? You're not welcome anywhere. You're like Esau Edom now, man. You're a vagabond. Your name is not. There's an Israelite group out there where the leader, he's a complete sodomite. Took all the money from the congregation, spent it on a whore. It was his wife, his OnlyFans wife. You know?
Yeah.
Pagan kids.
The goal? For America to be destroyed and for the Lord to protect us when the mark of the beast comes and deliver us. Yeah. Out of all temptations, out of all the warnings that he gave us, the race riots, cannibalism, animals, you know?
Everything.
But he made promises. He made promises with us. He said we'd be alone with the stones, the beasts of the field and the stones.
Right.
That's everything. That means every element is going to be under our power, man. You got to remember, Yahweh Shai is backing us. He created all of this. That power is going to propel us through time of tribulation leading to salvation. I believe it. I'm willing to cast everything off and just travel alone. If somebody makes the wrong decision when all hell breaks loose, bye.
Yeah.
I will see you on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's impassive. Because we're gonna enter that pilgrimage. Eventually, there's gonna be a huge displacement. Esau's gonna come down worse than he did in the time of 70 AD when he sacked our land. We were still in Israel. It's gonna be way worse than that. That's what Grok is telling us.
Yes.
He's gonna use his fake money to do it. You got it, brother. This brother
You
got
got
it.
that precept?
You got a scripture.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
And it goes back to Antiochus IV. But guess what? These are the same Edomites coming back in the reincarnation.
Cruel
They're
Lord.
back. A cruel Lord. Unrighteous decrees. Unjust policies. Policy holders. Did we not read that? That's where these decisions are made to suit and pad their pockets, but not the average hard-working laborer or working class. It's poor. And we got to get that the earth shall rise up against him and the wicked. That's talking about the working class, the laborers.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Okay.
Revelation 3, but
Okay.
this is James 5, verse 1. It says, go to now, ye rich men. Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days.
Well, the what?
For the last days.
So this is talking about the last ruling elite for the last days. Blood money. You can't profit long-term investments on blood money built by blood and the loss of lives, targeting the poor and oppressing them, making them work more for less. You're going to die in the end because the Most High is the judge. You got it, King.
This is the,
You got
okay,
it.
this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 27 to 29. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
And the heaven revealing his iniquity are the prophets. Okay? The temple of the Most High is within his men. Read that again, Boba Kashra.
Job 20, verse 27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
So this word is going out across the World Wide Web. The cosmos, the outer firmament. You got it.
Con.
What is that earth shall rise up against him? The laborers, the working class. You got it, King.
Con. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow after in the days of his wrath. This is the portion of the wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High.
So he's reserved to the day of judgment.
That's right.
The Lord is going to judge this place with nuclear fire, followed by the laser and chariot fire, on the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord. So this place is going to become a lake of fire, not burning somewhere underground in some distant planet, with a so-called white man with red spandex and a dinner fork. That's bugged out. Okay? So the lake of fire is going to be right here on earth, starting with America.
The book of Zephaniah 2 verse 14.
Yep.
The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men.
I will do what?
Bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
So this is a sacrifice the Lord is describing here. If you've ever looked at a city from a satellite video of a city of men being attacked, they're screaming and howling. Howl, ye shepherds of Maktesh. They're running frantically in a state of panic. The Bible says they shall be dismayed, consumed with terror. Imagine seeing rockets and missiles coming down from the sky on your dwelling place, your city, cars crashing, planes falling out of the sky. The day of the Lord is a day of terror and great distress, and the mighty men are going to howl in that gate. You're military men, warriors, men of war. Read that again, Book of Shah. They got me going.
From the back top.
Yes, sir.
This is Zephaniah 2 verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord.
Yep.
The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
Imagine the sky being blotted out from massive fire, debris, and black soot, and you can barely breathe or see the skies. Total terror. Okay? So the daytime becoming a night appearance, a nighttime appearance from the massive blackness and soot from the day of the Lord's judgment and wrath. You got it, King.
Yep. Verse 16, a
Yep.
day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
See? So we can't rely on wealth, status, celebrity popularity, a popularity contest. How many houses we own? Okay, how deep are our pockets, our gold reserves, silver, in the day of the Lord's wrath and judgment? What have you done for the kingdom? What have you done to push the ministry, the gospel? What have you done for the poor, for the oppressed, for the downtrodden, for the afflicted, for those that are stricken and sickened? What have you done for the glory of the kingdom to push this truth? You got it, beloved, the day of the Lord in terror.
Oh, excuse me. Also Zephaniah 1 and 11.
Con, this is Haggai chapter 2, verse 6. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens.
I will do what?
And I will shake the heavens.
Hey, brother, what can make the heavens and the earth shake and tremble? Nuclear missiles striking. So the Lord is driving the mindset of these kings of the earth. He's guiding their thoughts, their mind processes. Even the chariots of the Lord can activate nuclear launch sites. The angels of the Lord can do that. I remember there was an incident, I think it was in Russia, where they reported that the nuclear launch codes and lights came on, and it scared them half to death. It even happened in America once or twice. So the Lord is going to cause them to mutually destroy themselves from a nuclear exchange. You can read that again, Boo Kasha.
Come on, this is Haggai chapter 2, verse 6. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, yet once it is a little while, I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith Yahweh of hosts.
So the tabernacle of David is being resurrected. It's going to be filled with glory. Thrones, dominions, kings being reestablished, reasserted, and ruling over the other nations of the earth. That's the glory of the house, where Yahweh Shai is returning to occupy that throne. Yes, sir.
So we got I got the elders precept. Isaiah.
Now we here every week, brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, before you leave, real quick, before you leave, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. All right? The people who they call Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai. Yeah, every time you see it, every time you see it, stop and listen for a little bit. All right? I know you probably got things to do, but if you see us, yeah, we here every week. If you don't see us, you'll see all these brothers. You just keep going up Georgia Ave, bro.
I love y'all, man.
Saturdays only. Stop listening to the Israelites on Fridays and Sundays.
I don't know who they are, but
You know who we are. Yeah, you know who we are. Because we're
y'all
going to be out
don't
here
listen
every
to
week.
Don't listen to y'all, please. Love y'all, man. Respect y'all.
I can get you some loose later. Let's go around to the side. We're going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 24:20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
See, the earth moving to and from like a drunkard. So these nuclear missiles is going to shake the foundation of the earth. So the Lord is coming in the midst of that devastation and destruction. But the Lord is coming. So he's coming right in the midst of that fire. Remember the 3 Hebrew boys in ancient Babylon? There was 3 put into the fire. But then there was a 4th man that appeared out of nowhere in ancient Babylon. So he's coming in that same like manner with fire. Read that again, King.
Isaiah 24:20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it.
We got to visualize this when the earth is shaking, reeling to and from, planes falling out of the skies, trains being derailed, massive chaos and death and destruction. The signals in this grid is going to collapse. So if you're in the air, you're going to go and meet the Lord in the spirit realm. Okay? You got it, King.
If I could add on. And it said it shall fall and not rise again, man.
Beautiful.
That reminds me of in the book of Daniel, man, that great stone that knocked down the whole statue.
Yep.
And it said the kingdom was not given to another ever again, man.
That's right.
This one will last forever and ever, even forever.
Beautiful.
You know, that's the perfect link up, man. Make a video on that. You know? Verse 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
See, these kings are the international banking elite that are going to be punished. What's left of them, they're going into slavery. They know it. They're building $200 million mansions underground. They know what we're saying is true. Taking down the videos too, by the way.
Let's wrap it up, bro.
Last one.
Yeah.
Elon
No, let's wrap it up.
Oh, that's
Let's wrap
it?
up now.
Okay.
Find your hawk with done.
Time.
I love
You
y'all.
got it, brother.
Man,
All
when
right.
y'all next
Let
meeting,
you give
bro?
all praises to your and double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Okay? Much love, honor, and respect to the elect of the house of Israel. Kwam Yasharala! Kwam Yasharala! Kwam Yasharala!